Sorry, it's just taking a second to.
It has a notification on the top that says that it is now streaming on YouTube.
Okay, you're all set now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. All right. So I am going to call this meeting to order at 7:01 officially. And I'm going to go ahead and take roll call. So when I say your name, I will need a verbal response. So go ahead and unmute yourself and say here when I call your name. All right. Commissioner Amelie,
Here.
Caitlin Bender,
Here.
Amelia Chu,
Here.
Caitlin Eng,
Here.
Simone Garcia,
Here.
Ada Hay,
Here.
Carmen Hay,
Here.
Lily Hyun,
Here.
Amog Kennemery. I don't know if I said that correctly. Okay. And Drew Kennemery.
Here.
Cassie Kim,
Here.
Zara Kizarly,
Hi.
Ashling Lister,
Here.
Emily Tovar,
Here.
and Hannah Wolf.
Here.
Great. Thanks everyone for being here. All right, we're going to move on to oral requests. Are there any oral requests at this time? No. Are there any announcements at this time? Okay. Then do we have any, oh, we have no old business to go over because this is our first meeting. So we'll go ahead on to new business. All right, so our first order of new business is we will be voting on our youth commission roles. So that will be, again, the chair position, co-chair, and secretary role. And we decided that those that are nominated for chair or nominating themselves for the chair position. I just had a thought, Lauren. If anyone's not interested in being chair, but they are interested in co-chair, then that voting system wouldn't work. So do we want to do it a different way, just the standard way? Or?
Yeah, I would, that totally makes sense. I would do it the standard way then.
Okay. Okay, sorry, we will do it the normal way then. So if anyone would like to nominate themselves or somebody else for chair, why don't you go ahead and use the raise hand ability on Zoom. If you don't know how to do it, let me know, but I'm pretty sure all of you are pretty Zoom professionals now. So use the raise hand if you have somebody you would like to nominate or if you'd like to nominate yourself for the chair position. Cassie, I saw you raise your hand. No, okay. Hannah?
I can't raise my hand on my phone, but I would like to nominate Drew for chair.
Okay.
Do I say accept or?
Yeah,
No.
I feel like you should accept the nomination.
Okay, well, yeah, I accept that nomination.
Very good. All right. Any other nominations for chair position? Nobody else? Okay. And any nominations for the co-chair position? Cassie, did you have one?
Could I nominate myself for co-chair?
Yeah, of course. All right. Drew, you had one?
Nominate Hannah for co-chair.
Hannah, do
I
you
accept.
accept?
Yeah.
Caitlin?
Can I nominate myself for co-chair?
Yes. And Emily, do you have one?
I would also like to nominate Cassie for co-chair also.
Are there any other nominations for co-chair? We have Cassie, Hannah, and Caitlin. Okay. And then last we have the secretary. Would any nominations for secretary? Emily?
Can I nominate myself for secretary?
Ada?
I nominate Caitlin Bender for secretary.
Do you accept, Caitlin?
I'll accept.
All right. Any other nominations for secretary? All right. Any other last nominations for chair, co-chair, and secretary? All right. I would like it if everyone nominated said a little something about why they would be good for the position. I don't know why my camera keeps changing. Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'll try to fix the video, but Drew, can we hear from you why you would like the chair position?
Sure. So just a reintroduction. My name is Drew Kinamori. This is my third term with the Campbell Youth Commission. Last year, I was the vice chair. The reason why I think I'd be a good chair this year is one, I got to learn from Monacy Nakar, who was the chair last year. She kind of walked me through the ropes. So I kind of get I have a pretty strong understanding as to what's required. I'm more than I believe I have the skills to be the chair in terms of communication, having the interaction with everybody in the commission, and the leadership of just being there with everybody. Being cognizant of life happens, and just like these past 3 years or past 2 terms have helped prepare me for this term. So I feel like recalling back on my experience and learning from commissioners before, I can really contribute to having a successful term this year.
All right. And then Cassie, can we hear from you for co-chair?
Yeah, so my name is Cassie Kim. I'm a senior at Westmont High School, and this is my second term on the Campbell Youth Commission. So I feel that I would be a good fit for co-chair because I've held various leadership positions at school in associated student government and in clubs on campus. So I've been treasurer, secretary, and president. And so those different roles have provided me with a multifaceted perspective when working with other people. I'm also really passionate about local city politics, and I feel like it's really important to get the youth involved in politics, especially at a young age, because our actions and voices really fuel future change. I love planning events and learning more about recreation because it's really rewarding seeing the impact that recreation has on our community, and it's also a big part of why I joined the Campbell Youth Commission in the first place. So I would love to take on the role of co-chair, and I look forward to having a great year with all of you guys.
Thanks, Cassie. And Hannah, why would you like to be co-chair?
Okay, so I would like to be co-chair because I've been a part of it's my second year on Youth Commission. I'm going to be a senior too at Westmont, and I've had many positions. This year, I'm the current events director for my school. And also, I'm very committed to the Youth Commission. I'm actually working right now, and I'm taking my break just to be here for the meeting. I really want to get to know every single person, make sure we try getting to bond with each other, even if we're online. And I really want to make sure everyone's voices get heard, fight for everyone's opinions, and make it like the best year we could possibly get it. And I just want, and I've worked with Drew last year, so I've learned from him as vice chair. And I just want to get to know everyone and make sure we're all bonded and make the best we can while online.
Thank you. And Caitlin, why you would like to be co-chair?
So, hi guys, I'm Caitlin Ng, and I'd like to run for co-chair because this is my 3rd year on the commission, and I'm really eager to like take on a stronger leadership position. I feel like being on the commission over the past few years has really given me the experience to know what to expect and like how far to plan things in advance. Last year, I was the chair of the College and Beyond Committee, so I think that leadership role really taught me about like my weaknesses and what I need to learn from them. So I'm hoping that I can kind of like use what I learned for this year's co-chair position. And I think we had like a lot of improvements last year to improve communication, and I really want to continue that to make this like virtual experience super smooth for everyone. And I've like had some experience with like leadership positions during school clubs. So I think that's like taught me a lot about like responsibility and like how to lead other people, which I think is really important part of it. And so I'm really looking forward to this year with everybody.
All right, thank you, Caitlin. And quickly, Emily, why you would like to be secretary?
Hi, I'm Emily Tovar. I'm currently a junior at Lee High School, and I feel like I would like to be secretary for Youth Commission of this term because I'm currently a secretary for my club, Hands for Paws at Lee High School, and it is basically helping a lot with animals and community service. So I feel like I have that strong leadership role when it comes to secretary. Another thing is I am involved with National Honor Society at Lee, and I was involved at Branham last year for the past like 2 years. So I understand what it's like to be a leadership role and like how to like dictate a lot of things when people need help and stuff. And I think like the position's like a really cool thing, and I have a lot of background behind it. So I think I would be a good position for that. Thank you.
Great. And Caitlin Bender, why you would like to be secretary?
I would like to be, well, first of all, this is my 3rd term on the Youth Convention, and I am a sophomore at Westmont High School. Last year, I was the chair of the senior subcommittee, and even though we didn't get very many events underway, I felt like I learned a lot from it, and how to, and that, and when to, and how to, how everything sort of works, which will kind of help me keep track of everything that's going on in the Youth Commission. And I'm very organized. I have very nice legible penmanship, and I've I have a lot of experience in seeing other people be secretary and what's worked and not worked, and so that I think that helps qualify me for the place of secretary.
Great, thank you so much. All right, everybody. I will put the Google form link in the chat. Go ahead and click on that and vote for the 3 positions. And I should know the results right away. Okay, it says I have 14 respond. Oh, 15. Great. Okay. Then let's see. Okay. So our new chair with 100% votes is congratulations, Drew. Yay, Drew. Good job. You will be our chair for this term.
Yay.
Congratulations. And our co-chair will be Caitlin Ng. So yay, Caitlin. All right, and our secretary for this term will be Emily. Okay. Congratulations, everybody. I hope everybody knows that you're on this commission because we think you're great leaders. So even if you did not get a position in one of those spots, it does not mean that you are any less of a leader or important to this team. So I hope you all know that. Okay. Now that we are, let's see, is there any questions before we move on from that part of our new business? Okay. And I'm guessing there's no way to get public comments. I haven't seen any, so I don't think there's any public comments. Drew, would you like to lead the rest of the meeting as our chair? Starting with our next item on the new business is website and social media management, which I thought we needed to pick a couple people who would like to be main in charge of website and social media.
Yeah, so as Julie just mentioned, for a new business, second item is website social media management. So I think I like a little bit more background information as to what that is. So last year we did get a little bit more involved in actually having a youth commission website linked to the Campbell, community center website, I believe. So we have our own website, kind of really talk about who we are. So we did really good revamping of like the entire website, really talking, expressing everything we want to cover, kind of having a new face. So if you really feel like, you're really good with websites, design, technology, if you really like, if you feel like you'd be great with that, feel free to, kind of step up. And then with social media, you kind of help in terms of creating flyers for the various events that the subcommittees will have. At the same time, whoever is in charge of social media, or in this case, like of the Instagram or the other platforms that we plan on using this year, they will either post on Instagram on the days that you want things to be posted, or also nearing up to the days of events. So last year I was a part of the social media portion with Katya. We ran like the whole Instagram portion, whereas there's like another social media website team to help create flyers and organize the website. So should I ask if people have any questions first before we ask if people want to do any of those? Okay, so if anybody has any questions in terms of requirements or the kind of activities you guys had to do, feel free to, I believe, raise your hand to ask any questions. We can go orderly that way, and I think after we can decide as to who would like to be a part of the social media website team, or we can probably discuss how many members or positions we're going to have for that. So yeah. Amelia?
So if we're working on the Instagram team, are we in charge of doing the graphic design for the account?
So what we did last year was we had two people who ran were in charge of the Instagram itself. So what we did was we actually had the social media and website team, which was about 3 to 4 people. They're the ones who actually did the whole design of flyers, helped revamp the website. And what Katya and I did was, just after we saw the flyer was updated, ready to go on a Google Drive, we then save it to our camera roll, and then we post it on the Youth Commission's Instagram account. So whoever runs this Instagram account, they'll kind of be responsible in one, making sure things are up to date as to like, okay, this is the deadline to have the flyer ready to post online. And then two, of course, just making sure that, replying to people have any questions or just, posting flyers and also just posting on for people to see all of our events. So not only flyers, but, say we have like a virtual event, right? We can either make that as a post as this is coming up, and then to kind of show what we did during that event as well. That way people can see what we as a commission are doing on Instagram, as I believe most teams are actually more active on that than checking a website or email. The website is mainly for us, in case anybody else was wondering, for other people in the community to kind of see who we are in the commission this year, and to kind of see like, what we're connected with and everything that we are doing as a term or as a commission for this term. Any other questions or anything Julie and Laura, you guys want to add on?
No, I think that's good explanation. So are there any people who are interested in taking that kind of role? I guess is what we need to determine.
I'd be interested in like posting stuff on our social media, like Instagram.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to continue that too, in case nobody else wants to.
I'll do it.
I'm also interested.
Do we think that the best way to pick this would be another vote with the Google form?
I think a better question would be as to how many, like, are we gonna like do what we did, or like how would the format be for this year? Like, are we gonna have like, because last we had 3 to 4 people who worked on website and creating flyers and everything, and we had we had a couple of those people post on like Instagram, like only a couple of people had access to the Instagram account. Will we like mimic the same form this year? Because if that's the case, I think we had 4 people. Amelie, Ashley, is it Ashley or Ashley? Okay, Ashling. Okay, so it's Ashling, Amelie, and then Amelia, and then I who want to kind of be part of that. So if that's the case, I think we can just keep those numbers and then decide, who's gonna have access to the
2
Instagram
people,
account.
but if it's 4, then yeah, we have those 4, and
Okay.
that's good.
Wait, sorry, just to clarify, so if there's going to be 4 people like doing the website and social media, does that mean that we're not going to have like one person each subcommittee designated to make the flyers? Or are we still going to have that also?
So what we're gonna do, I think the idea was we're gonna have one person in charge of like giving ideas for the flyers, and then we can have that group create flyers, and then we're gonna have the social media marketing team, social media and website team, kind of just make sure everything is up to date, can send reminders, and then they're the ones who are going to be in charge of either posting it on the website or on Instagram. And then that too, they can also help in case like whoever's in charge of making that flyer for that subcommittee, in case they're falling behind, where I think they will be the that force that helps like keep things on track.
Okay, then we'll have Dhruv, Amelia, Ashling, and Amelie as our website and social media management team. Okay. And then are there any other questions before we move on? Okay, and there are no public comments. So Dhruv, whenever you're ready, you can move on to the next point.
Okay, so the next thing on the agenda for new business is developing the Youth Commission work plan and subcommittee development. So for this term, the subcommittees that we have are college and beyond, academics, civic engagement, environment, wellness, recreation, and social justice. So we had a couple of new ones this year. So So would we, I think, aren't we gonna like, hop off and then work on those? That way we have those ready, Julie? Okay.
Yeah,
Then
so
should we
right
just go to the
now,
pizza?
we'll just ask that, are there any updates officially? And everyone's gonna say no.
Cool.
Any questions about subcommittees and things like that? Okay, and there are no public comments.
All right, then I think we can move on to the next item, which is Pizza the Politics event. That's on October 9th, 6 to 8 p.m. And I believe we have multiple like other check-ins prior to that in terms of just making sure things go smoothly.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give everyone kind of an update about that officially, because I know I've sent a couple emails just with some background information. And I apologize if it feels like I'm kind of throwing dates at you because I haven't ran the event before. Cupertino and Saratoga have ran the event. So they've been kind of planning it mostly, but they want to include us, of course, still. But since we haven't been able to meet until today, we haven't been able to discuss it very much. So I hope you guys read through the emails that I send so that you know kind of what the event's about. You can watch that video of it 2 years ago to kind of see what it was like. But yes, we will be having the team commission meeting September 21st. So I hope that most of you can, I hope everyone can make it to that. That'll be a meeting with Cupertino and Saratoga's youth commissions also. And then we're going to discuss a little bit more detail of exactly what the events, what's going to happen at the event. And then there will be a tech rehearsal on October 5th, which we need anybody who is going to speak or anybody who's going to be a part of the event. They have to make it to the tech rehearsal if they want to be a part of the event on the 9th. So that will be happening on the 5th. And then I know in the first email, I believe I told you that there was going to be a teen hall on the 8th, but that had to get canceled. So that will not be happening anymore. And it will just be the main event on October 9th. So I know a few of you have reached out to me with some conflicts and things, but I hope that everyone else can make it and let me know as soon as possible if there's any prior issues with those dates. So stay tuned for more details. We'll get a lot more details on the 21st meeting for sure. Any other questions about that? And there's no public comments, so.
All right, the next item on the agenda is now deciding on our new t-shirt / logo design. So I believe some people did submit like, different designs and options. So I believe we're gonna now kind of pick which one we'd like to use for this year. Right. Yeah.
Sorry, I should have prefaced that. I have an update about the t-shirt and logo design. So it was my mistake thinking I got ahead of myself, but we are actually not allowed to change the logo design. So the logo is going to stay, but we are getting all the shirts printed in white. So we can have, we're trying to set up some kind of event that maybe we can make it work so that we can all tie-dye it together, or you guys can tie-dye it on your own if you don't feel comfortable coming to the event. You can also, we can puff paint it, we can Sharpie it, fabric marker it, any way you guys want. So they will just be plain white with the original logo, and then you guys can decide together if you have a design that you want everybody to have the same design on the back, so then everyone Sharpies the same design or something, or everyone tie-dyes it the same way. It's that part is totally up to you guys. But unfortunately they do have to get just printed, just plain white. So that is the t-shirt update. And they are in the process of getting ordered and should be here without, they shouldn't be too long. So I will let you guys know when they get here and if we can organize something for everyone to come to with COVID restrictions. Any questions there? Okay, and there are no public comments.
So I believe that's it for new business. Are there any calendar reminders?
Just the pizza and politic ones that I already mentioned. So those are also on our Slack channel. If you need to see them, please put them in your calendars.
I think I'm gonna be creating a Google Calendar for everybody to get access to. That way we can just have those in, so I'll be more than happy to give those updates. And then I think the next thing is once around the table. So for most people who are, since we have a lot of new faces for this term, once around the table is where we kind of get a little update as to, what happened these past couple weeks, something you did that was fun. That way, it's just fun, something fun to share. So if anybody would like to start, they can feel free to, or if you'd like me to give an example, I'd be more than happy to. All right, sure. I guess I'll start off. So something that kind of happened with me was, so normally MIDI, we normally have like this rule, keeping a clean shaven face and everything, being presentable. But because we're on Zoom, they can't really keep track of that. So one fun project I would really wanted to try was to see how long it would take me to grow a beard. So I kind of made a hypothesis to be like, okay, probably 2 to 3 weeks. Turns out I can grow a beard in like 7 days. So it's pretty fun seeing it. It does itch a lot, so I am, probably going to shave in the next couple days. But yeah, I don't think it's cool looking like I'm 35, because one of my teachers was kind of surprised. Like they thought it was my dad on Zoom, only to learn it was just me. So yeah, that was like a little update on my end. So yeah. I think since we're on Zoom, because normally if we're in person, like we just go like one person after each other after sitting orders. So I think on participants, maybe raise your hand to see if you'd like to go next, or maybe just show on your screen. I think that'd just be easier to identify who wants to go first, and then we can do a little popcorn kind of situation.
Hannah, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I could go. So I got my license recently, so I've been able to drive around. I was really looking forward to drive to the meetings instead of asking them for the ride, but I don't get that. And I got a job this summer, been working pretty hard, making the money for college, and I finished my first college essay over the weekend. So
Emily?
Mine's not really like that interesting, I guess, but I tried like the Travis Scott burger and like the Charlie from Dunkin'. And honestly, everyone's overhyping the Travis Scott burger and the same with the Charlie. So I thought that was something to put out there, I guess.
Emily?
So last week I started rehearsals for Clue, which is our virtual fall play at Westmont. So pretty exciting, very fun, even though it's virtual. I like it.
Nice. Simone?
Okay. Last Friday, I had my driver's license test, but I ended up taking it because it canceled it right at the got there. So that often happens for my week, and I was sad about it. So myself was like,
All right, anyone else? Amelia?
Hi, my name's Amelia. I'm new to the Youth Commission this year, and I also, like Hannah, got my license this week or this past weekend, which is pretty exciting. And I also recently started school, and I don't love it, but I do like seeing people's faces on Zoom.
Cassie?
This past week we picked up like owl pellets from school to dissect for our environmental science class. And it was kind of gross, but it was like nice to know that we could still have labs even though we're at home.
Lily?
Hi, I'm also new to the Youth Commission. And just yesterday, I had my first behind the wheel driving lesson, and I didn't realize that I would actually have to be driving during that time. I thought they would like show me and like maybe we would drive around in an empty parking lot, but I was on the roads. It was a very surreal experience.
Caitlin?
Last week we started doing like field talkie practice, but like small groups and socially distanced. And it was kind of fun, but then we were supposed to have practice today and it got canceled because of the air quality. That's kind of sad.
Our other Caitlin?
So I've been, I have my learner's permit, so I've been driving around lately with my parents, one of my parents in the car, and I would think that, so my mom, she's really, she gets scared about a lot of things. So you would think that when I drive with her, things would not go well at all. But honestly, I'm a lot more calm with her than I am with my dad. Because my dad, even though he's pretty calm most of the time, like every time I drive, he's like, "Oh, you're getting too close to there," and then I get flustered, and then my driving, and then I do something weird, and yeah, so that's happening, and then also today, my brother decided, "Oh, I'm gonna make a Ruby Goldberg thing on our stairs," and I'm like, "Okay, that sounds fun," but it's covering the whole stairs, and you can hear the ping pong ball falling down, all of them, making a lot of noise, and yeah, so that was my other piece for today. Yeah.
Ashley?
My rabbit recently started climbing the stairs, and it's kind of scary because he's so small and I don't want him to fall, but I know that he can take care of himself and it's really cute.
Ada?
So last week was a virtual club rush for my school. And then, well, I was running a club this year, so I had to set virtual signups up, and that was a pretty interesting experience. And then this week I set up a webinar for my club, so yeah, I'm sort of nervous about it, but excited too.
And Carmen?
So last week my sister and I celebrated our birthday with our family, and yeah, we got a cake and it was good.
Okay. All right, has anyone else not gone that would like to share something? Simone? little quiet still. I'm not sure if it's working.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. So last Friday, and my dad went to the meeting and everything, and September 15th, got my permit and everything, and because I was right there, and like I decided to take it, so that
Hey, Simone, if you can go ahead and type it in the chat. We can't hear you, unfortunately.
yeah, it was pretty sad, but yeah.
Yeah, for me, I started teaching a preschool class I started it last week, and that's been fun. I've never taught the whole class of preschoolers before, and there's 14 of them, little 3 and 4-year-olds, and they've got a lot of energy, and they don't like keeping social distance, and it's pretty fun. But that's been the new thing for me this week.
And I'll just share real quick. Again, my name's Lauren Council. I got to meet you guys at the work plan meeting. But this has definitely been a great way to start off my week, is seeing all of you guys here today. And so I'm just really excited for the term ahead that you guys have. I'm going to miss being the staff liaison, of course, but it was so wonderful to work with each and every one of you who was with us last term. But I am excited for all to come for you guys. And so, yeah, you'll see me here and there. And then I'll let Julie, if you want to read out what Simone wrote.
Oh, so Simone said that she was supposed to take her driving test last Friday, but the DMV canceled it 5 minutes before it was supposed to happen, which is so sad. And then she got to harvest some honey with friends on Saturday. That sounds pretty fun. Okay, if no one else wants to say anything further once around the table, Drew, if you want to finish off our meeting?
I believe I'll like to conclude this meeting at 7:43 p.m.